What you doing out there?
You do it again? Nah, he's gonna lay down.
Hey, Turk.
There you go.
That's a good boy. Your articles when Jimi Hendrix actually showed up to play with you guys.
Yeah.
That was because he was there to pick up his Corvette.
Yeah, he bought
It was
a car.
in the shop. Yes, and it was.
But he
there.
wasn't a big star for his rise to stardom, and he was playing everywhere.
But people did know who he was.
Yeah, Little Richard. He played with a bunch of people.
Yeah. So anyway, it was someone who was asking what Delaney's thoughts were after that happened.
Only Delaney knew his thoughts.
That is so true.
You know, only he knew his thoughts. But everything was about Delaney. At that time, Jimi Hendrix wasn't the known as the giant that he is today. You know.
It took a while, but you know, even many years afterwards, when anybody would ask about that particular incident, he never said anything. He never said anything about it.
It was all about Delaney, so you know he didn't.
There was nothing to say, I don't think, because didn't he just show up, play, and then leave?
Yeah. I think he played with us 2 times. It was then and some other outdoor thing. You know.
Was that around the same time, or that?
Yeah, all in the span of a couple of months or something.
Oh, okay.
That was going a lot of activity in those days. People going out. If you did one show.
That's what you did in LA, though. Even during the many years that I was there, that's what you did. You went out and played with everybody.
Yeah.
You know, as many people as possible.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, he never had anything to say about that.
No.
Being in the business now, being around our age, anywhere from between 50 and in your 70s, and you're still trying to do things. The industry has changed considerably, but the best thing to do is just read whatever you can on it, basically, you know, and I'm informing you about lots of things that you do.
Yeah, this art thing going, painting, and so that's a whole new door that's open for us and for me, and it's all new. I'm finding out, it has its same.
It's the same sort of
thing as like any other music or art industry,
The marketing is one of the biggest things, aside from your record, aside from your art. It's the marketing. So you have to check out, what marketing is about.
Yeah, and there are all kind of pitfalls, but that's the way it is with everything,
It is.
You gotta just,
all that branding and all that nonsense, all that stuff we hate.
They used to call it schmoozing, I was not good at that schmoozing.
Neither one of us are good at that. We don't like it.
That I call sucking up, Forget about it.
Well, all I can say is do what you love. You've always done that. I've always done that. It was natural to you to do what you do. It came very natural.
Yeah, I've said it before. I'm just do what I'm here to do. And sing and play and write songs and keep a record of my life and the life around me. And it came out in the form of a book, maybe another one on the way, I don't know. But
that's a point. A lot of people wonder if you have written a book.
Well, when I did the last time, that was a cathartic experience. It just poured out, I hadn't really had nothing, I had no control over it. Nothing to do with me, except I was the vessel, and so it's kind of like, I can feel it coming on.
But you do have a book, and it's called Bobby Whitlock, a rock and roll autobiography.
Yeah.
And you can get it on Amazon, and it's been there since, 2009 or something?
Something like that,
It's
yeah.
been
It did real well, and it's doing real well. It's real informative. It's one of these books that'll be around because it is an informative book. Has who played on what, when we did the All Things Must Pass album, I put headphones on and was writing and listening to the album that we had done, and I was reminiscing while I was listening, and it just really just puts you in the seat right next to me during the recording of All Things, and same for the Layla album. I was listening to it and it's like an image was coming, and I wrote about what I saw in my mind's eye and what I knew and know, and it's the same thing,
Right. Well, let me ask you this. Somebody also sent us a link to the show that you guys did when B.B. King got up and sang and played. And I got on there and we were playing it this morning, and you didn't seem like you were too thrilled about it. So
No.
what happened with that?
Oh,
Every day I have the blues.
And it was definitely not the blues. It was more
It
like
was.
A polka or something. I don't know what the hell they're playing, But no, I remember all that.
What happened? I mean, did he just show up, or did somebody make it happen?
Yeah, he was. He was there. He was. I don't know if he was on the venue or not. We did a venue one time, and it was James Brown and us.
Wasn't that
But
Delaney
he was.
and
There was
Delaney and Bonnie?
a huge auditorium, and it had a wall that cut off two stages.
Right.
And James Brown was playing to, about 300 people over here, and we had about 3,000 over here, and we're playing at the same time. And when when we got a moment, we could do like, checking out James Brown and going, damn, man, that's awesome.
You played. It was the same stage.
Yeah, the same stage.
How in the
It was
world
shared
could they
by
separate?
R&B and, I don't know how they did it.
How do they separate the sound on something like that?
Big,
Good Lord.
big thick wall,
Oh, it was a wall.
Yeah, it was a big thick wall that went between the two.
That's crazy. What was the name of
I
that
thought
venue?
That was real interesting. They don't do stuff like that anymore.
What was the venue?
I don't know. Somewhere here in the States.
What?
Probably, some up north somewhere. They would do stupid shit like that. Those guys up north. All that cold weather gives them some funny ideas, Hey, let's do an R&B and rock and roll concert at the same time.
Well, nothing is set in stone in the music industry. Even now, you just have to read some of what's going on. But streaming is the way to go, and I think most people are aware of that. But the amount of money that the companies are making, like Warner is making $235 million on
shameful.
and just in streams. So that's just one company.
Yeah, it's shameful, and they're not.
But here's the thing: is like there's room for everyone.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're not laying it out on the table for everybody though. You gotta go get it.
No. It's easier. What they're doing is they're making way now for the artists to get paid, the artists to keep their masters, because they're fading out record companies.
As it should be.
They're fading out the record companies, so it's going to make way for all the artists that aren't being heard, because it used to be you could only get heard if you got signed to a major label. All of that is going away. Everything that you and I used to know as the record companies, as the music industry, is changed. And it's going to continue to change. And I think for the better if you look at it that way. So
some people still winding up those old record players and can't.
Well, because you
can't put them down,
you get older and you don't want to change. A lot of people don't want to get into.
No, they don't want to embrace change. We have to.
Well,
paint. Yeah. If you don't want to conform to the music industry, start painting.
Well, I'm not saying. Look, no, there's a lot of people that aren't conforming, but they're trying to do what they love, and be included in what's going on, rather than being excluded by record companies, which is what
make
they
your
used
own
to do.
place in the marketplace.
You can, because there's lots of markets.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. There's not just one market. There's lots of markets.
You can make your own.
Yep.
Pave your own way. That's pretty much what we've been doing. Since we've been together over 20 years, and
Yeah, we've been doing that for as
we've
long as
been
I know.
paving our own way for a long time, and we seem to be doing all right.
There's nobody on our road though.
You know, that was it. There was no crew to help us out. You know, with it. Nobody painting a little line down the middle. You know. Oh no. No, we paved our own way. We've got our own road, and I'm glad we're staying on it. You know, and I wouldn't want to change or compromise to something, or get music out, or to get art out. You know, that's just, you don't have to sell your soul, you know.
No, but here's the thing,
To be a star, you just gotta live. If you live long enough, you'll be a star, being the oldest person in the world. You know, you'll be famous for whatever it is you do if you just live long enough.
Well, you know, here's the thing. If you want to eat, you have to go out and get your food. If you
Yeah.
want to get your record out, you have to take the steps to do that, to get it out. Unless you just want to just stick it on CD Baby and get your 10 cents
Hope
per year off of that.
happens.
But CD Baby is actually a worldwide distributor, so it's good to be on CD Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to know what you know. You know, it's good to find out.
All you got to do is
It's always changing. Every day it's something new.
spend an hour a day reading any
Yeah.
and everything you can,
Yeah.
and you'll learn a lot. And that way you're at least going forward, you know, in some
Yeah.
way. And then you can decide what you'd like to
And
do.
anymore, there's an answer to everything. You know, you can go on the internet and you can find out an answer to whatever question you
Yeah,
might
I
have.
mean, when we were, before everything exploded, you didn't have any of this information.
No, I didn't have access to anything like this.
You
know.
didn't, and you didn't have the availability to get your music out.
No,
like
I
you
was
do.
real leery of the whole thing anyway when it came out. You know, any phone that would go outside of where I lived was,
You're just suspicious, aren't you, honey?
you know, yeah, I was pretty leery of the whole thing. You know.
You sure are looking fine today.
Thank you.
How would you like to just play something for us all? Because I don't have anything to ask you, really. It'd be really good if you did. Would you just go get that little guitar?
Yeah. I'm cuddling in the middle of the floor. Don't you step on me no more. Laying down everywhere, flipping that tail. Tomcat ain't got nothing to say. Got a fist full of reservation in hand. Cut you open, you will understand. Ooh. Ah. Leave it. Better leave it on the table. Walk on. Walk on while you're still able. Take a high road.
Yeah, man.
Don't get down on that level. Got to rise above it. Call it the devil. Temptation. Yes, it is. coming, going down. It's an illusion. Ooh, it's all in your mind. Mass confusion, reaching every time. When you run around, run down the circle, run around, run around the circle. Ooh. That's some North Mississippi Hill Country Blues.